Hello, beautiful, and welcome to this workshop on your ideal client and how to bridge your ideal client with your skills, strengths, and values so you can create an offer that is aligned and attractive. First, let me tell you what we will do during this next 3 minutes in this workshop. Let me show you what we will do in this workshop. I will start with telling you a little bit about who I am and where I come from. Why do you need to know your ideal client and how to decide and define who your ideal client is. Then we will look at your skills and strengths and how your values intersect with the values of your ideal client, because if we have the common values, the things that we value both, we ourselves and our clients, our work is really beautiful, aligned, and comes into a vibration where really everything is a good fit and feels easy and flowing. How to bring your ideal client together with who you are to create an aligned offer. And this is really about bringing your ideal client and yourself and your strengths and what you're good at together with what your ideal client needs, and creating an offer with all the steps in between that has a clear outcome. Then I will make you an invitation and special offer to my Soulful website academy, and you can pop over afterwards to my Facebook group where I will answer you your open questions if you may have any, and I'm really happy to be here for you there. So let's start with who I am, with a short introduction for those here who may not know me or who don't know everything about me yet. So I was born and raised in Switzerland. I look a lot younger than I am. I'm 35 and I had my first daughter when I was 19. So I know that some people really find that kind of funny. And even when I'm out with my older daughter, sometimes they change us for sisters. I'm married to my husband and moved to him to Italy for 5 years. He's Italian. We got to know each other in Switzerland. I moved with him to Italy. We stayed there for 5 years. We moved back to Switzerland, to the French-speaking part of Switzerland. And from there we moved to Ibiza, and now we are in Menorca and just signed a contract for our little new house with garden close to the sea. I'm the mother of 2 daughters, aged 9 and 15. They are really my inspiration, why I do what I do. I really believe that they, and like every woman and making change in the world, I believe the more women that create their businesses, the more we can create a change, a lasting change in the world, as we create more sustainability, as we create more care, more nourishment for the planet and for us inhabitants. I'm a lover of beauty, which made me become a web designer, photographer, and brand stylist. I love beauty and I love decorating. I really love everything that has to do with creating beauty, but beauty in a holistic way. It's not beauty about dressing up. Yes, I love dressing up. I love dressing up in my own way. It's not a beauty standard, but it's like natural beauty that I'm attracted to. And soulful connection is another one of my core values, and it really guided me to train as a coach. Soulful connection is the foundation of everything I do, the soulful connection with myself. Soulful connection is a motor for me because it is what connects me to my husband, and he's part of my business. He has all the technical part, he has the WordPress development and the coding. I'm an introvert and love alone time in nature to charge up my energy. I love sitting on a rock, seeing the waves clash onto the rocks, hearing the noise of the waves, and just breathing in sea air and feeling Mother Earth under my feet and grounded. And I believe that everything we need to know is inside of us. I really believe that we have all the resources we need and everything inside of us. Sometimes we need to learn to access that wisdom, but it's always there. If we acknowledge it or not, it is there for each and every one of us. That was a little bit about me, and now let's get started. Why do you need to know your ideal client? Knowing with whom you want to work is the foundation of your business. And if you get to know your ideal client on a deeper level and more personal level, you can take care of her real needs in a holistic way. Creating your ideal client in a way that really fits together with who you are is like putting a filter into place. That the right people that need what you offer will find you. So it's really just seeing it like a filter where only the people that are right for you and that are aligned for you go through. In the beginning, I had no filter like this in place, and I attracted lots of different kind of work. I made websites for a hairdresser that was really out of alignment for me, a driving teacher, and a lot of other work that didn't inspire me at all. And it felt kind of really heavy and hard and sticky. And it felt in the beginning not as I have created a business for myself, but as I have created another job. So I really think it's so important to do something we love. And once I allowed myself the choice of working together with women that do soulful work, I started to feel inspired and also scared in the beginning, to be honest, as I was afraid to really niche down and not serving anymore to anyone, but just be specific with who I work. And it was sometimes scary to say, no, I don't work with people like this, or I don't want to work with you. And I was afraid at first that showing my spiritual side would narrow my client base down, when in fact the opposite happened. And it opened everything up for me. And it just was like stepping into that perfect for me place where I fit in and where I could like use all of my strengths and not limiting myself. And this is what I want for you too, that you can bring in all of you and you don't have to decide and split up and just take only parts. And to really serve her, you need to understand her. It's really why it is so important to know her name and imagine an age and everything like this, because it makes her tangible and real. And if you know her hobbies and what she does in her free time, and you know how she dresses up, you know how she arranges her home, what she values, what she doesn't, how she spends her free time, it brings you so much clarity on how you can show up and how you can communicate to her, because you're not just speaking into a void, but you're speaking to someone, to your ideal client. Knowing more about who she is especially supports you in finding and creating images that drive her in, and writing content that inspires her and offers that are really deeply attractive. If you know the exact person you want to work with, it becomes easy to share images and captions on social media that speak to her, and it becomes easy to write blog posts, record videos, create workshops, podcasts that are really valuable and an invitation to go ahead and work with you. It's really your free content is always an invitation and kind of like a free gift that you would get, like the little perfume examples that you get sometimes, and then you try them out and you fall in love with them and you buy the big bottle. Like this should be your content, that they try you out with your social media posts, with your newsletter, with your blog posts, and then they are like fully in and they want more of that. And they join whatever feels right to them. And knowing who it is you want to work with guides you in the creation and growth of your business in all parts, not just on creating content, but really in making decisions. And it also helps you to protect yourself and your energy and put boundaries in place. And for highly sensitive people and empaths and introverts, it's really important to have these strong boundaries and feeling protected and feeling safe, so we can express ourselves in a way that is really aligned and feels good to us. And it creates a vessel and a place where we can share truly from our heart what is important to us. And how do you decide on who your ideal client is? How do you make that decision? Sometimes it feels like we are limiting ourselves if we decide that our ideal client is a certain way. Like the decision to work with women can feel really scary, because at first sight it feels like we cut out half of the population. It's like half woman, half man. But in my experience, it is more like making a clear decision on for what we are able and what we are not, and really clearly stating where our energy is and where we are open to work with and in which way. And directly speaking to them in a language that is attractive to them is more inviting than just to speak to everyone and change up and sometimes speak to he and sometimes speak to she, or sometimes speak to someone else and changing it. It makes the whole brand and your whole content look not really coherent. So having this person, even if she will grow in the future, if she will change and merge and become a more adult version of your ideal client now, it will not be a problem because you're consistent with your tone and with your voice and with your energy. I really think the consistent energy behind your words sometimes is more important than your words itself. So making the decision on who this person is for us is really personal. Being guided by your own values and preferences and allowing yourself to work in a way that feels good, aligned, and allows us to do things we love while you earn money. So I think it's really that you allow yourself to embody that and to really allow yourself to try it out. Work with different clients, feel into it, how it feels, feel into, reflect on it, take your journal and reflect. What about this client did I like? What about working with this client did I dislike? And from there it really is all about making a decision and just trying it out and sticking to your decision. Don't be afraid to be specific and make a decision on who your ideal client is. It's okay to decide on your ideal client in regards to where you are right now in your journey. You still can change and grow, and she will change and grow alongside you. Be brave enough to become very specific and think about how the perfect person you want to work with is. Like details like, has she money? And how much money does she earn every month? How much money has she for your services? Is she willing to invest in your services? I would always choose someone that is really willing to invest in my services. And then I look at how is this person? How is this person that is really willing to invest in my services? And what's her characteristics? Is she willing to invest in herself and her growth? Is she easygoing and loves to cooperate, or does she just want the finished and ready product that can really make the difference on if you collaborate or if you deliver a finished product or whatever feels right for you and her? I think it really is this meeting in between for what you want to do and for what she needs. And what characteristics do you expect from her? And how do they show up in real life? Like in her home decor, in her lifestyle, in her what she does in her free time. If you want her to be open-minded, honest, or in touch with herself, build things into her character that show this. Or for me, for example, I really want to work with open-minded people, and this was why I made the choice to do my business in English. Even though I lived in different countries and I speak different languages, I made this conscious decision to meet together with open-minded people in the language of English. So how does these characters show up in your business, and how can you make these decisions in that kind of way of looking what is beyond a decision? And now there is a little bit of homework. It's on you to take 5 minutes to create your own mind map of your ideal client. You can hear a little bit and be inspired a little bit on what I explain you here, and then maybe you just pause this video and you go ahead and you fill all the little bubbles with your own ideas, and you just put on the paper what comes first. I think if we go really easy and we just trust our answers, they are really answers from the soul, and what comes first, just use that and let it be good enough. So your ideal client, put your ideal client in a bubble in the middle, and then you make lots of little bubbles around, and you make a bubble for how does she want to feel. Imagine her. How does she want to feel in regards of your product? If you're like a health coach, maybe she wants to feel beautiful, nourished, connected. Whatever it is that you value is normally what she will value. So that brings together the two of you. What are her desires and wishes? If you are that health coach, maybe her desire is to feel beautiful and wear clothes that make her feel beautiful, or maybe it's the wish to feel beautiful in her body like she is now. And in what place does she live? What are her goals? Why does she want to do what you have to offer? What does she do in her free time? What does she look on YouTube? What movies does she look? What books does she look? What movies do inspire her? What books do inspire her? On which social media is she? Where do you find her? With which hashtag? In which Facebook groups? What is her music style? What's the vibe and music? What's the energy of her style? How and where is her dream vacation? What are her fears? About what does she worry when she is awake at night? How is her home? How does it look like? Is it wide and spacious, or is it small and cozy? What's important for her in her home? What does she do for work? How much does she earn? What does she like to eat? Why? How does she like to dress? Why? What is her age? So just take some minutes, pause this video, look at the inspiration mind map here, and fill in all your little bubbles and just collect as much information as you can. So once you're back, I have ready for you the next homework if you feel inspired to do that. It's one of the most fun things in my work, I feel, but I'm a really visual person. So I would do a mood board for your ideal client. It's just this instant connection, and so many times if you can pick pictures about your ideal client, it's so much easier than if you have to recall what you wrote about her and who you want her to be. And even sometimes it allows you to go even deeper than with the words. So really go to Pinterest or use a magazine, something like that, and cut out images and bring together a beautiful board of images that inspire her and inspire you and connect you with your ideal client. Now let's go to your skills and strengths. What do you love doing? What did you love doing as a child? And how do the two relate with each other? Your skills and strengths are all over in your life, but sometimes we are so close we don't see them ourselves. It's important to allow ourselves to do what we love and earn money to create the lifestyle we desire from doing what we love. The journey is really as important as the goal is. The future is created with bringing together all the single moments to the now. And if you look back on your timeline, you can see the experiences where you thrived and where you used your skills and your strengths. Go and look for them and maybe pause the video. Let's take another 3 minutes and write down whatever comes to mind to you right now. When you're back, you have the two circles. You have your ideal client, or you have like this first idea of who your ideal client is, and you connect it to your skills and strengths. Connecting to your skills and strengths is an ongoing practice. We see them different in different parts of our life, and some things that we sometimes think that are our difficulties or something that we struggle with can be our strength, as it helped us to overcome certain situations. So if you bring the two together, like you see here in this graphic, it's really that they meet in the middle. Your ideal client and your skills and strengths brings together in the middle your niche and your offer and your shared values. I really believe when you start out, take one offer and focus on that. Really make it just one thing. If that's a little thing or a bigger thing, depends on how much experience you have and where you want to start. And if you want to do different things, like writing a book, doing an online course, creating a coaching package, start with one. Just make the decision for one and start with that. This helps you to stay in alignment and in the intersection of your skills and your ideal client. You still can grow in the future and expand from there. You still can build that first thing and then create and go and build a second thing and nourish the first thing. And like this, your business can really grow in a holistic and sustainable way. And how do your values intersect with the values of your ideal clients? Often our perfect client is in some way a version of us before we learned what we know now. Others are attracted from our services not just because of what we sell, but more so because of what we stand for and our beliefs. We want to learn from someone that is at the point where we desire to be. They want to align their reality, what we already have, and it is always best to learn from someone that has already done it and to learn from their experience and knowledge by mirroring, adapting it into our own business or brand for service-based offers. For products, it's really all about what this product stands for, how this product emotionally connects, and what kind of lifestyle and energy do you inhale in the product? Because I think we buy the lifestyle and the energy that is connected to the product. If we buy an Apple computer, we buy it because we are aspiring a certain kind of lifestyle. So really think about these values and how your package or your offer or your product connects emotionally. Define to find out your offer, if it is a package especially. I think this here is really more package based, more service based, more service business based. but you can adapt it a little bit and make it product-based. So start with defining where she is now and where she wants to be after working with you or buying your product or service. In her current situation, she wants to have a business. She needs a website. Let me use my own example. And she doesn't know where to start. She doesn't know how to figure out the technical stuff. She doesn't know what it takes. She doesn't know the steps in between. Her desired situation is having a website and an online business that generates her money and gives her freedom to work only for herself with clients she loves in a soulful way, in a soul-aligned way. So if you know this too, you know where she is now and you know where she wants to go. This gives you all the foundation you need to build any kind of product. And you can see here her current situation. What does she think, feel, and say around this? Maybe she's worried and she says, I don't know where to start. I don't know how I could ever create an online business for myself. I don't know if that works for me. And from there, you take that information that you find about her. You can even go and really interview people and look for people that are your ideal clients and ask them for like a free call and give them a little gift as appreciation. And from there, you seek informations and you show her the next step she can take. You show her this one first step it takes. You show her, okay, look, I'm able to help you figure out your ideal client. I have this knowledge. I was where you are. I felt stuck too. And now I'm here. And I transformed this situation and this energy. And helping her gain this trust, believing in herself and her skills is essential to move forward. It's really where the first foundation starts. And it's really your newsletters, your blogs, your social media, your visibility all over the internet, wherever you are visible with your energy and show up, it attracts. The next step is really support, listen to what she needs, being there for her in the present, creating space and holding it so she can feel safe and secure in the process. This is really helping her make the decision if she needs your package, showing her the life she could have if she buys your product. It's really that support to show her how she can go from where she is to where she wants to be. And then in the package itself is a timeline of different exercises, meditations, tools that can help her to move from one situation to the other. For me, it's kind of the timeline. You have 10 modules in the Soulful Website Academy, and these 10 modules have everything you need to create your website. There are meditations to create your ideal life. There is information on how to book a photographer. There is foundation on branding. There is easy tutorials and exercises on branding, on how you can create your own type-based logo. There is technical stuff, how to buy a hosting, how to buy the domain, how to set up WordPress, and everything together. If you follow along these steps, you get to having a website launched and online in the world. So you give her the tools to go until there, and then you show her how she can go from there ahead alone, how she can empower herself, how you don't create the need to be there forever, but you give her the independence to go ahead and to go ahead on her own. And then she arrives at her desired situation. You already know how she will feel and speak after she worked with you. If you have already some clients that you worked with, go to them and ask them how they felt after working with you. And check in with them and get real life feedback. That's always the best. This is kind of how you create a journey for her. And this is also exactly the system I use for my group program, the Soulful Website Academy. I collected all my experience in working with soulful women, creating their business, through defining a brand. And it's a 10-week course where you will get easy to follow tutorials, set up and create your website with our custom and really flexible WordPress theme we developed in the last 4 years together. You will get meditations on topics like your ideal day, your inner mentor. You will get EFT scripts, which is tapping technique to release fear and to change your subconscious programming and mindset. So you will feel confident in showing up and becoming visible when you're ready to share your website. So it really supports you emotionally. We are a group of like-minded women. And if you desire accountability and connection in creating the foundation of your website in your business, this is the place for you to come. You will get lifetime access, so you can go through it again and again and again. If you create a new project, if you need some refresh, if I offer it again, you will be able to go through it again. And you have 10 weekly group calls where we will connect, where you will get inspiration, and we have a private Facebook group where you can ask all your questions. I will be there for you with whatever you need, and my husband will be there for you with whatever technical kind of support you need. Right now, registration is closed, so if you're interested, subscribe now. Go to the Soulful website academy.com and subscribe to the newsletter. So whenever it opens, I like to offer you a little something special. So be sure to be on the list and be ready when I open the next round. I would love to have you be part of this beautiful group of like-minded women and helping you and supporting you to be the change in the world through the work you do in your business and with the help of your website. If you have any open questions, I'm ready to take them. You have the possibility to ask them in the Facebook group. It's called The Soul of Business with Eos Koch. You find it on Facebook, you can join, and from there, just mention that you looked the free Ideal Client workshop and you have a question or you need some support, and I will be there for you. Wishing you a beautiful, beautiful day and hope you will join us in the Soulful Website Academy. Bye!